Hello, today's Friday, April 19th, 2024. I am Jason Shapiro with crowdedmarketreport.com. Fun 24 hours today. We had sort of war rumors last night, which just went total flight to safety. And then those rumors were pretty much dispelled for the most part. And everything kind of came back for a while. And then we went into what we have done every day this week, was that the market started to sell off again, led by the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq actually ended up taking out the panic lows from last night, which would indicate that this market has more of a problem than just the war thing, is what that indicates to me, right? And we have continued massive dollar buying out there. We have massive crowding going on in a lot of these currencies at this point, in particular the Swiss franc, but now also the Aussie, now also the Canadian dollar. And we also have people way too long, things like the S&P. And what I heard a lot today was everybody now all of a sudden is waiting for a rally to sell into. Okay, they were consistently waiting for a dip to buy into. Now they're waiting for a rally to sell into. Well, they never got that dip to buy into. Now they're getting it, and now they want to sell a rally. They might not get that rally for a bit, is what I'm saying. The market trades horribly, continues to trade horribly. We had what would be seen as good news earnings-wise, and this is what a lot of people are holding it on. Oh, well, the earnings are going to be it. Well, earnings have come out fine. Netflix earnings came out better than expected, and Netflix got crushed, right? And it's funny, we've had this rolling sell going on for the last few weeks. It started with the stuff they bought last, the laggards, the Russell, the Dow. Those started to be the ones that went down first, right? And now in the last week, now they're doing the leaders, right? The Nasdaq stuff. Nvidia getting crushed. These things, I guess, CMI getting crushed. People are panicking out of this stuff. And that's why I say the Nasdaq has to lead it back. Once they're done selling that stuff, there'll be no more selling in the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq will lead it all back. That's when you want to try and pick the bottom or pick the rally. But until then, I see no reason to do that. People are clearly flying into what they see as safety stocks here. You see the Dow really didn't even go down this week, whereas the Nasdaq and the S&P got crushed. So people are taking, they're going into things like utilities and what they see as safer type of things, healthcare, typical sort of safety stuff. So that's kind of how I see it today. Nothing else struck me other than, you can take a look at what went up the most last night during the whole warmonger thing, what went up or down the most, and the metals, there it was, right? But on the currency thing, the Swiss really went on a tear and then came off as everything came off. But it gives you a hint as to where the positioning is, which I'm talking about anyway. The Swiss ended up really being the only currency that had any upside today. And that's because that's where all the shorts are. Doesn't mean the Swiss is going to go up necessarily. Certainly, I would think relative to other currencies like the euro and the pound, it will go up because those aren't as crowded. But those are basically my thoughts. We also, just for curiosity's sake, do have silver finally at what we consider to be max crowded on our charts. And copper now has also reached that level, which again doesn't mean you want to short it here. It means be on the lookout for when the market confirms, and maybe it's a good time to either get out or start to try and short. Okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. Always happy to hear questions and comments. I hope everyone had a good week and has a good weekend. Please like the video. Check out our crowdedmarketreport.com, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.